Good morning. Good Monday morning. It's Olympia week. Oh, let me take that off. It's Olympia week, and we have had a very eventful Olympia weekend. Um, Nick Walker yesterday announcing that I saw Saturday that he was withdrawing from the show, and that was the story of the weekend. But then, of course, rumors started going crazy all over social media. I was getting messages constantly, probably about 100 Saturday and Sunday, that Andrew Jacked was dropping out of the Mr. Olympia due to injury. We had heard that he had suffered a minor injury during a workout about a week out. He was in some kind of pain, and I was getting messages. He tore an ab. He did this. He did that. So luckily, finally, his trainer, his nutritionist is Chris Aceto, but his trainer is Chris Lewis. Chris Lewis went on Instagram last night. I think I was asleep already by the time this happened. And he made a very clear statement as to what is going on. Let's go to that. It'll take 1 minute. I don't know if you know who he was. Take a listen, guys. Let's start talking. Long story short, he's not. First, let's get into some details.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Let the people file in here. Okay, so I guess about a week ago, we were back in LA. We were doing arms, and we were warming up Andrew's elbows, warming up his biceps, triceps, getting warmed up, and Andrew bent over, and he was in some discomfort. I would say he was in some discomfort, and my team, I'm kind of always in the back. My team kind of went over and questioned him, and they were talking back and forth. And Andrew said that he had some trapped air in his rib cage. Okay, he had trapped air in his rib cage, and then I look over, and Andrew said he wanted somebody to stand on his back, and so Jediah, he stood on his back, and then I don't know if this on the video, it didn't really work, so I got in with my fist and I was applying pressure to his lumbar, all the way down to the trapeze, in between the rhomboids, all the way down, applying pressure, and he was in some discomfort the whole workout. He just was in discomfort. And he made a video saying that he had trapped air and that he would take some type of tea and some mint and whatever. Okay, now how can I explain this to you guys? Okay, you do know Andrew has an accent, right? Do you know English isn't his first language? Although he speaks English extremely well, but he may use terms differently than you and I would, because English is a different language. So Andrew said he had trapped air. So if I was feeling that, I wouldn't say trapped air. And if you were feeling that, you wouldn't say trapped air. What would you say? Stay with me. He said he would take some type of tea or mint to relieve this trapped air. Are you guys following me? Are you guys following me? What he's saying? Are you guys following what's going on?
I'm following.
Trapped air. What is trapped air?
How do you get trapped air in your back?
Then he made a video saying the next day or later that day that he's perfectly fine. And he was perfectly fine. So I see all these bloggers, they keep saying he's injured, he's saying he's off, keep saying this, keep saying that. And I addressed it in the video today where Andrew, we did a full leg workout and we did a hamstring bump because we may not have Wednesday or Thursday to work out. The show was the pre-test on Friday. It was just he and I in the gym. The gym was pretty desolate. And he said nothing about trapped air. We rode to the gym together. We rode to the gym backwards. Didn't talk. No complaints. And in fact, he went pretty heavy. He did 315 for 20 reps. Then he did other things for more reps, and I didn't want him to go that heavy, but Andrew wanted to go a little bit heavier. I let him push through certain things. Then we rolled back together, and he went upstairs and had his meal, and he was resting. Um, so what RX Muscle is going to announce, I think he's going to announce that that's a rumor. So now, when I looked at Andrew this morning with the CETO, Andrew looked really good. He looked really good. Now, things change every 6 hours. You got to keep looking at them. Got to be updating it. The training, the cardio, the diet, everything you change it. But I'm here to tell you that Andrew Jack is 100% on course with zero injuries or discomfort or trapped air. So I think Ivan, he put it that Andrew's going to do the show, but he won't look good. Brother Ivan, you could reach out to me and ask me for an update. You could reach out to me and ask for an update. You didn't. So I think when people do that, they're doing it for clickbait. But you guys cannot talk away what's about to happen on Friday night.
Boom.
You can wish,
Boom.
and you can make rumors, and you can do scandals, and you could try to put the narrative out there. You cannot happen. You cannot stop what's going to happen at prejudging Saturday night.
Wow.
You can make up all the rumors you want to. You can do anything you want. That is not going to work. This is written in stone. This is Andrew Jack's destiny. He knows what he wants. He's making every move to get what he wants. There is no self-destruct button. There is nothing there holding him back from what's going to happen, including himself. Andrew was the only person that could stop his destiny. Wow. He's the only one. And he's laser locked in focus. So would you guys please share this video and spread the word that these bloggers are doing fake news? And the reason I'm upset about it, I believe in power in words. I believe in positive affirmation. I believe talking things into existence. Stop trying to put those demons over here on us.
Demons.
Stop that. Don't say nothing like that.
Love it.
But I like that you're getting all the buzz. But I owe it to the fans of Andrew Jack fans, not my fans. Fake news, bro. Fake news. He's 100%. He looks 100%. No excuses. Nothing. So I won't say he's going to win because I have disrespect for everybody in the show. And Andrew would never say how he's going to look. But Aceto said he's going to win. Okay? And I think Aceto has a little credibility in this sport for all the things that he's done. All the Mr. Olympias that he's been that he coached. I think he knows what he's looking at. But unfortunately, I like everybody doing this show, and I respect everybody. So I'm not gonna say anything disparaging and say, oh, something like I normally would do if I had a grudge match. I don't have any grudge. I think everybody in this top 15 looks amazing. And I'm very sorry that Nick is not going to be there because we really wanted to battle Nick and we wanted to beat Nick, but we wanted to beat Nick 100% Nick. So if Nick couldn't be 100%, I totally agree that he should have backed out because I don't want to beat Nick and he's not 100%. So Nick is out the show. Nick will be back. He will be back with the force. And now he has a real long off season to do everything he needs to do to get better. And I know he's going to be a force to reckon with. So hats off to you, Nick. Matt, takes a big man to come up there and pour your heart out 2 years in a row. And I can only imagine what you feel like having to back out the show 2 years in a row. And my heart goes out to you. I feel your pain, but I'm not going to say I know what it feels like because I don't. So you guys, Andrew Jack is on his course to do what he has to do. Okay? So, good night. See you guys later.
All right, there you have it, guys. There you have it. I'm going to pull up that arm training video that he's talking about that was posted a few days ago, last week. Yeah. We'll see if we can arm stay. Yeah. So let's get to some of your comments, guys. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Y'all. PB Ronnie. Finally, Ronnie. That's what my family calls me. Finally, some positive info. Thank you for updating us. Yeah, so reliable. Yeah, unfortunately, the power of social media, this is news becomes like old news in a matter of 20 minutes. So he posted this. I woke up, I saw it was posted, I think around 10 p.m. last night. So I wasn't aware of it until this morning, but I tried to get it up here for you guys to watch as soon as possible. But yeah, positive info and good news, because the Nick Walker story is bad. It was bad news. If you're a bodybuilding fan, you don't have to be a Nick Walker fan. If you're a bodybuilding fan, you're upset that Nick Walker's not in the Olympic because he's one of the best. Whether you like his physique or not, he's been 5th place, he's been 3rd place. You have to admit he's one of the best. And Andrew dropped out as well. Obviously, the show is always going to go on, but we're already missing some people who I would really love to see on that stage this year. Behruz Tabani, Tony Burton, Nathan DeAsha. There's a pretty long list of people that didn't make it. Krizo is out this year. A lot of good people aren't on the stage, but we still have a ton of good people. Matt says, great. I would hate to see all that work. He did not be rewarded. Top 5 for sure. Aceto says he could win, and obviously he's the coach. He's biased. I get that. But I hear from, my friend Jose Raymond is a good friend of Aceto. He doesn't pass on the pictures and videos. He would never do that. Those are in confidence. But he did let me know that Andrew is over 300 pounds. 300 pounds and in better condition than Texas, where he was probably about 10 pounds lighter. I think he was 288 at the finals. I think he was like 292 at judging and 288. Anyway, he's bigger and he's leaner than he was at the Texas show. So that's a dangerous Andrew Jack for anybody. So to say that he can't win, I wouldn't say that. Obviously, Derek's the reigning champ. Hadi Chupin, the reigning Arnold champ and a Mr. Olympia champ the year before. But, man, I would not count out an Andrew Jack win at this show. I've seen crazier things happen. Simpson, let me get past this. We just want to watch Q&A stuff, right? Let's get back to that. Okay, here we go. All right, back to your comments, guys. Mike, the Corn King. Simpson Andrew. Why the Corn King, Mike? I like corn too, but or is it porn? And you just can't say porn on YouTube. Simpson Andrew will fight for 3rd this year. Yeah, I've got a feeling Andrew might prevail this time. Yeah, a lot of people see it as a foregone conclusion that the top 2 is going to be the same as it was the last 2 years in a row. 2022, it was Hadi and Derek. 2023, it was Derek and Hadi. It would be very, very tough for them to legal Zoom. How do I get past the damn legal Zoom commercial? I got to skip it. That's what I got to do. Man, another commercial? Let me get past this. This is what happens when I didn't record it. I'm just going off what's up there. All right, we're back, guys. We're back. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Andrew beating Simpson this year. Not to say that it'll happen. Simpson might beat him. We don't know. But it could go either way. They're both very, very good. Elvis Blue King, AJ is injured run. According to Dave Palumbo. Well, according to Dave Palumbo, but we just heard it straight from his trainer who sees him every day, twice a day. So sorry, Elvis, but this is coming straight from the mouth. The rumors were going around. Yeah, he might have little tiny muscle pull somewhere, whatever. It's part of the game. I mean, guys in the world's strongest men and the competitors in the world's strongest men, they compete with muscle injuries all the time. And they're lifting, 400-pound rocks and 700-pound logs and stuff like that. So a little twinge, a little tiny injury, if he does still have that and a pain, it's not going to keep him off the Olympia stage. It's not like a pec tear or a bicep tear or something like that. I mean, thinking about that, Dorian competed in 1997 and won his 6th and final Olympia with a torn tricep. It was hanging on by a thread. He got it reattached surgically immediately after the show. I think it was like a week later, 2 weeks later. So, yeah, I mean, Dave obviously has a lot of insights and he knows aceto very well, but this is coming straight from his coach. He's going to be fine. Matt prescribed a dangerous drug protocol to Nick. Well, if you're a Dave Palumbo fan, you'll see that he made a video with his strongest theory is that Nick had bad gear, not that he was using too much gear, but that the drugs he was using were inauthentic, either not dosed properly or there was nothing in them at all. They were just like oil. I mean, it's happened. It's hard to believe someone at that level wouldn't have access to really good quality gear. But occasionally over the years, I've heard of that happening with pros, with guys you would never expect them to not have a very reliable source for quality gear. So if you watch Dave's video, it was like bunk gear to blame. So yeah. Taylor Sharp, praying Jack makes top 3. Such a humble athlete. Much respect for Andrew. Happy to hear he's healthy. Yeah, you'll notice one part of his humility is that he's covered up almost all the time. Here he is. I'm sure he's looking fantastic, but he's always got these hoodies on. He's not showing the physique in an age where the fans really sort of demand it. Even in the off season, they want you to show your physique, but especially if you're lean and mean and shredded, like I'm sure Andrew is right now. That video was made like a week and a half out from the Olympia, 2 weeks, something. He's in great condition. I mean, the guy was already in pretty decent shape back when he won the Texas show in August. So, but he doesn't show a lot of physique. He keeps it under wraps, kind of like Dorian Yates. And that's very rare in this day and age because there's a lot of pressure on these guys from the fans, from sponsors, from everybody, from us media, knuckleheads to show the physique. But he doesn't do that. Mr. Jenks, Palumbo shouldn't have posted that. I'm sure Andrew wasn't happy about that. I mean, in Dave's defense, you know, we're here to get clicks and views. We're here to report the news. But the bottom line is, if nobody's watching your videos, you know, your channel is not thriving. It's not doing well. You know, someone like a Greg Doucette, every video is a clickbait. It's all clickbait, but it works. He's got millions of subscribers. Every video gets like 100,000 or more views. So yeah, I mean, you can't worry about keeping the athletes happy. I try never to do anything mean-spirited or to intentionally anger or offend an athlete. I would never do that. I have too much respect for these guys. I've been around these guys for almost 35 years now. But you can't worry because anytime you even make a contest prediction, if you say, this is my top 5, everyone that wasn't your first place pick is going to be mad. Like, oh, I'm not going to win. You know, the guy who's going to place last in this Olympia would probably take offense if you say you're not going to be top 6, even though there's guys we can point to on that list of Olympia competitors. We know they're not going to be in the top 5 or top 6. We know this, but you know, unless something crazy happens and they bring this amazing new physique. It was clickbait from Dave. Aceto said he's fine. There was never an issue with Andrew. Tell me, guys, because I don't watch a lot of RX stuff, and it's not out of like, I hate RX. It's just I don't watch a lot of. If you sit there and watch YouTube videos all day, and I know I'm trying to get you guys to watch my videos, so I shouldn't even be saying this, but you wouldn't get anything done. You could spend. There's so much content out there, even in our little bodybuilding realm. There's so many channels pumping out so much content, especially now Olympia time. You wouldn't get anything done. But yeah, I just want to know, do Dave and Chris still, are they on good terms? Because I don't even know if they are or not. I know they were and have been for many years, but I don't know if there's been some falling out. Carlos says Palumbo never said Andrew was injured. Aceto's, okay. Aceto was on Palumbo show last night. Thank you, Aaron Myers. Aceto said Andrew's fine, had no injury. He said Andrew's over 300 pounds, side chest is massive. They corrected his posing. Yeah, that's the only pose of his I did not like. Didn't like his side chest. Got to believe that Nick has a solid source for gear by now. You would think, right? You would think. I mean, but if the gear was bad, that would explain a lot. That would explain why when you say your body's not responding. I've had bad gear before. I've had good gear most of the time, and I've had some bad gear. I can remember very clearly. I bought some stuff from a guy in the New England area. Of course, I'm not going to name him or implicate him, but 2-3 weeks into this cycle of whatever it was, I don't even remember what the drugs were. Test, trend, deca, who cares? Nothing was happening. I wasn't looking any different. And I've done many, many, many cycles previous to that. I know I knew from being off to being on what the difference is in the way that I looked, especially my shoulders start filling out. Everything just starts looking fuller and you get a harder look to you. That wasn't happening. So that gear was bad. It does happen. Yes, I do find it hard to believe that someone at the caliber, the level of a Nick Walker, that would happen to him. But I've heard of it happening even to pros. Oh, we got another video I got to skip through. What the heck? Skip. Come on now. I don't even know if this is worth showing so much because there's nothing happening here. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take this off because there's nothing really going on there. I'll go back to his Texas stuff. Stop screen. I'm just going to put his Texas posing up. A lot of guys got mad when I was showing his Olympia 2023 posing. The reason I shoot that is because I could show it full screen. The Texas footage that I have, everything I see with Andrew from Texas is like a YouTube short, which you see it's small on the screen. That's why I didn't like showing it. But I'll leave it up. What the heck? I'll leave it on loop. All right. And let's go back to your comments. Okay. Is Nick going to be fined for his weakness? Pathetic. I haven't heard, Vinny, about anybody being fined in the IFBB Pro League for years. In the old days, when Wayne D'Amelia ran the show, he was the president of the IFBB. Was he, or was he the vice president? Was Ben Weeder always the president? Whatever. He was the guy that ran the show. He dealt with all the athletes, kept them in line, and if they withdrew from a show without a medical excuse, signed off from a doctor with all the paperwork, they would be fined. Sometimes they would be suspended. So a lot of times guys would compete either with a minor injury. They would, if I can remember very, very distinctly, one time Lee Priest competed out of shape. He was under pressure from his sponsors, and he didn't want to be fined and suspended, so he competed even though he was not at his best, because back then you would be fined. But I haven't heard of that happening to anyone. I don't know if they just don't want to, they don't want to do that to these guys. But in a case like Nick's, I don't think it was weakness per se. That's what a lot of people are perceiving the Nick Walker situation as, is that he couldn't get it together. He couldn't get in shape, stress, this and that. And he was afraid he wasn't going to win. He was afraid he wasn't going to make top 3 or top 5. Those are all the speculations that have been going around. I personally don't buy any of those. I believe his body was not responding. Bad gear is a very, very strong possibility as to why that was happening. But of course, I am not saying that. I'm not confirming because I don't know. The only people that would know 100% if that's true are Nick and Matt, and they're not going to come out and say that. Why would they? That's going beyond transparency. You guys, we think a lot of us now feel entitled to know every little detail. I get guys saying, why didn't you ask so-and-so? Why didn't you ask Lee Haney his contest cycle? And I'm not going to do that. That's disrespectful to a man like that. And, what good does it do you? Because you're not going to look like Lee Haney. I promise you. I promise you guys, 99.999, add about 4 nines onto that, of you could take all the drugs in the world. You would never look like Lee Haney did in his prime. Never, never, never. Not even close. So anyway, Iran, Andrew was never Andrew's coach today. I gassed it went away later in the day. The trapped air thing, yeah, there's a language barrier. Even though Andrew speaks great English, I'm sure there are still like phrases that don't come out right because in his head he's translating still from Nigerian to English. You can't, obviously, air goes, you can swallow air and it will go through your digestive tract, or you can have air obviously in your lungs. I don't think the air can go anywhere else. I prefer PB, peanut butter. I prefer Andrew's shape over Samson's. Both look great, big, tall guys. I'm waiting for no respect short. Yeah, I'm a 5'7.5" dude myself. Used to be 5'8.25". I always got to throw that in there. So I have, a special place in my heart for the short kings out there. But even when I'm at the shows and you see in the lineup someone that's so good who's a taller guy, like the first year Andrew won Texas, was it 2022? I think it was. When he walked out there at 6'2", 6'3", whatever, 6'2", right? and so wide across the shoulders. He just, your eyes were drawn to him. You couldn't take your eyes away from him compared to the rest of the lineup. I mean, guys like Martin Fitzwater look phenomenal, but he's more than half a foot shorter. He's way down there. I know you guys are going to get mad that I'm going to put up the Texas footage, but I'm sorry, the Olympia footage, but the Olympia footage is full screen. I know he looks better now, guys. I know this. So don't get mad. How dare you show that 2023 Olympia footage? Who's your updated top 5? Elvis, I'm going to do a show with Giles, so I'm going to hold off on that. We're going to do our final Power Hour episode before the Olympia. We're going to do that Wednesday morning. I will put it up immediately, so it's probably going to go up around 11:30 on Wednesday morning. That will be our final episode. I'm thinking we might even do it live. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Giles. We're going to get so many damn comments, which isn't a bad thing. But that's when Giles and I will give our final top 5 picks for the Olympia. Maybe it would be cool to do it live to get your top 5 as well, all you guys. Cito's okay, so they're on great terms. I didn't know. I mean, I assume they've been friends for many, many years, but you never. If they'd had some sort of falling out, I wouldn't be aware of it because I don't watch every show, and it's not out of bitterness or spite. It's just I'm eating all the time. I'm walking my dog 45 minutes twice a day, spending 2 hours training. Yeah, I'm a busy dude. Busy at things I should be more busy working. Vinny, lame skipping walker's weakness. Terrible Unc Ron. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though, Vinny. If his body wasn't responding to the diet, the cardio, and all that, he wasn't dropping weight. He wasn't getting in shape. And I heard from a few people that saw him or whatever. It's a secondhand knowledge. So I heard that he was looking smaller. So as Palumbo said on his video, he was looking like natural, like he was off. You know, these guys, like Nick's never going to be a small guy. I promise you, he could never take a drug again in his life. Even if he didn't go on TRT, he would drop a ton of muscle, but he would never be a skinny guy. I think he's built so much muscle mass that as long as he continued training hard and eating, 5-6 meals a day, he would still have a lot more muscle mass than your average schmuck in the gym. But I'm pretty sure he was not looking anywhere near the way he needed to look to get on the Mr. Olympia stage. Even like a New York Pro stage, he would have gotten killed. The way I think he was looking. We didn't see any updates. We didn't see anything except in a T-shirt, and he was showing some leg shots. But you saw the last couple weeks before they made that announcement, he didn't post one shirtless pic, one video. And Nick is a guy that always does that. If you go back on his Instagram from the past year, leading up to New York Pro, he was posting updates all the time, especially leading up to last year's Olympia before he got hurt. He was very confident in the way he was looking. He was posting updates every day. So I knew something was up. I suspected something was up. A lot of us did, and then it got confirmed over the weekend. And unfortunately, he's out of the Olympia. He should put his workouts at Psycho Camp last week. He's wearing sleeveless shirts. It's more current. Where are those? Are those on Psycho's Instagram? Let me take a look. Where are those videos? I think he doesn't put a lot of Andrew's stuff on his channel. I'll go to Andrew's Instagram. Let's see what he's got up there. Let's do that. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Brand. Yeah, I know Andrew was posting stuff where you could see like his arms, his calves, and stuff like that, but like when was this? All right, so this is fairly recent. That's fairly recent. Yeah, you can see the arms are lean. He's looking massive. Massive. Yeah, so he's not completely covered up. He's showing some of the physique. I don't know what this is. Bushido. Oh, this is a clothing line. Yeah, the legs, obviously. You can see his legs are looking enormous. Yep. What else is showing us? Showing us your BSN products. But you never see him in a tank top, and I don't think it's a lack of confidence. I just think he's a more humble guy. I don't think. Well, there's the tour he's doing with Giles coming up all across the UK. I don't think he likes to show the physique except on stage. He likes to save it for the stage, and there's nothing wrong with that. Again, I know these days that's a rare thing because there is a lot of pressure. Look at that. That looks Photoshopped, but it's not. It's not. That's how round and full his arms and shoulders really are. And you can see the real Coach Powers posted the Mona Lisa there. A little GIF. That's a crazy shot right there. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to comments. Beirut is back in. What? You got a visa? I got to check that out. Beirut's back. Is Beirut's got a visa just all of a sudden? That'd be awesome. Oh man, now you got me excited. Now you got me wanting. I'll look at the Beirut thing in a second, but let me get through the Andrew comments. James Holling said taking Nick Walker's place. What? Are you just spreading a bunch of rumors, Stevie McNeckbeard? That's what I think you're doing. James wasn't prepping. No way, it's a health issue. You can't just jump into Olympia. It takes many, many weeks of preparation. Mark says, this is talking about Nick. There's no way it's not a health issue. Jensen's chaos bias made no sense. Big Lenny. Oh, now I know you're screwing. Big Lenny was 212 pounds. For the last time Big Lenny, the guy from Florida with the world's largest abs, last time he was 212 was probably 40 years ago. He's like a 300-pound guy with a 60-inch waist, I bet it is. It's not official until unless Ron and Tiger make a podcast on it. Well, that's not true. But I want to check in the Beirut thing. I want to see that. Jeremy Jeswinski. Andrew Olympia. Oh, now you're just being a troll. Mark, I'm a 5'6" midget. Mark, we don't like the M word. Come on. Don't. Just like other people, there's the N word that, none of us really want to hear. The M word for our shorter guys who are, let's say, anyone under 6 foot in the United States is considered short, unfortunately. Now, let's say anybody under 5. If you're 5'9", I think a lot of people now consider you short. Women especially, because the bar has been set so high on these dating apps. You'd rather see a 5'11" bodybuilder win. It's that much more impressive. Well, let's do the math on how many 5'11" Olympia titles we've had. Lee Haney was 5'11", 8. Ronnie Coleman was 5'11", 8. That's 16. And Dorian Yates, 16 plus 6. 22 Olympia titles were won by a man of 5'11" in stature. Other heights. First Olympia, Larry Scott was 5'8". Sergio Oliva was after him, 5'9", I believe. Arnold Schwarzenegger, 6'1" to 6'2", depending on who's telling the story. Franco Columbu, 5'4". Frank Zane, 5'8" or 5'9", depending on who you talk to. Samir Bannout was about 5'7", maybe 5'8". Chris Dickerson, I think he was about 5'7". And then you had Lee Haney. You didn't have another shorter guy win. Lee Haney, 5'11". Dorian, 5'11". Ronnie, 5'11". Jay Cutler, 5'9". Phil Heath, 5'9". Yeah. Late Sean Roden was 5'10". Big Rami about 5'9", 5'10". And then, Hadi and Derek. I don't know, Hadi 5'6", 5'5". They're both around 5'5" or 5'6". All right, very cool, Alan. Heard Andrew has a dream team of coaches. Quick thoughts. Well, he's got a great trainer. I think Chris is great at putting guys to workouts. The late Sean Roden used to drive 2 hours each way, 6 days a week he was living up in the Santa Barbara area, somewhere around there. He was driving back and forth constantly to Venice just to train with Chris. That's how valuable he thought the experience of being trained by Chris was, hands-on. Charles Glass, another guy people would make a lot of time and effort to train with because he was just so good at what he did. And Chris Aceto, his nutritionist, that was Jay Cutler's coach for most of Jay's career. He coached Victor Martinez for a while. He was the late Sean Roden's coach. Amazing track record Chris has. So, yeah, He does have a great dream team. The Reverend Terminator. He's fine. I miss Sean Roden. I love his workout videos with Stanwell and Psycho Fitness Schools. I'm so sad what happened. Yeah, it's sad that he never got to defend his Olympia title. You know, he had a couple more. He was an older guy. He was already over, I think he was 43 when he won the Olympia, but he still had a few good years left in him. The physique was in its prime. I think he had, I don't know if he would have won again or a couple more times. I don't know. None of us can know because we never got to see it. He had those rape allegations that he never had the chance to stand up in court and go to trial for because COVID and all that stalled the legal justice system. And, you know, because you're accused of a crime in the United States, you're innocent until proven guilty. You get to have an attorney. You get to present witnesses and evidence and all that stuff. And he never had that chance. On Andrew's YouTube, what's on Andrew's YouTube? Iron. What are you referencing there? For his workouts, he's wearing shirts. Yeah, all right. I'm actually on his YouTube. Whoop. Whoop. Chest day was 10 days ago. All right, I'm going to go to his chest day at Camp Psycho. That was posted 10 days ago. I don't know when it happened. I'm looking because he's not wearing any sleeveless shirts in this. He doesn't wear a lot of sleeveless shirts. No, he's got a big T-shirt on in this one. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it was worth a try. It was worth a try. Yeah, you can guys go to his YouTube channel. There's not a lot of physique showing on his YouTube channel. Spoiler man, with Nick Walker out. Now, Andrew, this is a disappointment. No, Andrew's not out. Andrew's not out. He's not, spoiler man. The title of the video says he's fine. He's not out of the Olympia. So, and even his nutritionist last night, Chris Aceto, went on Palumbo's RX Muscle YouTube channel and said, everything's fine. He's not injured. He's in the show. The first basically 10 minutes of this live video, I played his trainer, Chris Lewis, Psycho Fitness, his Instagram post explaining that everything was fine. He had a little ding, a little twinge in his back last week, but everything is fine now. He's cool. He posted like 6 videos last week. No, he didn't. I'll show you. There's one from 1 hour ago. There's a back workout. Okay, there's a chest workout. Spoiler for next show. Let me go to that. Because he's got T-shirts on and all this stuff. If he was showing the physique, I'd put it on there, but he's not really. Yeah, Andrew Jacked on his channel, which is called Andrew Jacked. I'll show you guys. I'll go through all the videos. How's that? Stop that screen. I'll go to his YouTube channel. So here's his YouTube channel, Andrew Jack. Check it out. Got that arm workout in Las Vegas 1 week out. I played some of that. You could see he had a sleeveless shirt on there. Here's a back workout. Okay, this one looks like he's showing more. The full arm workout 6 days ago.
I don't feel heavy and bloated.
Okay, he just doesn't feel heavy and bloated. Gotta go through that. Skip. Next. I'll try to skip through to when he's got his sleeves showing. Okay, there you go. That's a good shot. All right, I'll leave that up. Guys. Yeah, so if you want to see all his videos, go to Andrew Jack YouTube channel. He has posted a lot of videos. This is about as much of the physique as you'll see. Mark says, I disagree with Nick keeping his size even completely off. Oh, he wouldn't keep all of it. No, he wouldn't keep all of it. Not at all. No. I didn't come across saying he would still retain enough of it. See, I've seen plenty of guys go off steroids and they all lose size, but the ones who keep training, put it this way, let's say you got to 200 pounds lean naturally. Then you went on gear, stayed on gear for 10 years. You got up to 260 pounds lean, 60 pounds, 10 years. Very, very feasible. You go off gear completely, yet you keep training. Let's say you just go, let's say for who's going to go off? Who's not going to at least be on TRT, like 150, 200 milligrams of cypionate? So you were 260 on gear. You drop down to just TRT. You're not going to go back to 200 pounds. You might go somewhere in between. Let's split the difference. Say you're 230 pounds. you lost half of all the muscle you gained on gear, but you're not going to lose 100%. Nobody loses 100% of the muscle they gain on gear unless they stop training and stop eating. You do retain a good portion of it. It's different for everybody. Some people will keep a lot more than others, but nobody loses all of it unless they stop training and stop eating. Which, why would you do that? Kaiser Soze. If you look at Nick at 12 weeks out, he looks good. If you look at IG picks 8 weeks out, there's a big change. This would make the bad gear speculation. Maybe he switched vendors. Yeah. You know, I say this. The biggest pain in the ass of being a gear using bodybuilder, pain in the ass being kind of not a reference to sticking your glutes with a pin, is a source thing. Sometimes there are times when you'll have a great, reliable source, but then something happens to that source. Either that guy stops dealing, maybe you have a falling out with that guy, maybe he gets arrested. A lot of things can happen because this is underground illegal drug trade. Things happen, and sometimes you will lose a good source. Then you're left scrambling, especially if something like that happens when you're in the middle of a prep. And I've been there. I can remember distinctly that I had one. This is years ago. I had a source. This is probably like 15 years ago or more. I had a source, and I can't even remember what happened. But I had to scramble and try to find something else. And there was a guy at my gym. He had just gotten out of prison a few months before. He was a very shady guy, but I knew he sold gear. He was asking like $180 for a bottle of testcipionate. I think Masteron or something. He wanted $200 a bottle, which was a robbery and a ripoff. I had no choice. I had to buy a couple bottles from, and then I was still looking for another source, and I'm pretty sure I found one. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough business, man. It's a pain in the ass to have to deal with that. These photos you've seen are all shots and videos he posted last week. What photos you run? Oh, the ones he posted on his Instagram. Yeah. I mean, this video here shows it's pretty good. This was last week, and this shows you can see the chest, the shoulders, and the arms pretty well here. Just speaks bull, that guy talking about James. Yeah, I know. James, I follow James. I like James Hollingshead a lot. I see from his updates he's looking great for off season. He keeps very tight and lean, but he's not in contest shape. PB, don't you think Andrew's arms contain too much oil? I think they made similar to flex back. I don't know for 100% certain if he's got any oil in his arms. If he does, they don't look outrageous, and the shapes don't look distorted and deformed looking. You can still see good clean separation here between the biceps, the brachialis, the triceps. He's posted tricep shots where you can see striations. So if he's using oil in his arms, he's doing it very well. He's not blowing out the detail, which happens, I think, a lot of times when guys don't inject deep enough. The detail is still there. The separation is still there. So I don't know. Cito said Andrew's weighing over 300. Heard about 315. Wow. I don't know about 315. That would be crazy. If he won the Texas at under 300, let's say he was like in the 290 range, 290, low 290s, 288 to 292. I think he was in that range that weekend, that day. I can't see him being as high as 315. That would be, I don't think he gained 15 pounds of muscle since August. So, M word, really, dude? Yeah, midget. We don't like midget. It's a bad word. Because I watch, they're not on now, but there's a lot of shows, little people shows on, is it TLC? It's one of those networks. Little People, Big World was one that I used to watch with my wife. Little Women of this Los Angeles, Little Women in New York. There's another show. Anyway, there's a lot of reality shows with little people, and they're dwarves, and they don't like to even be called dwarves anymore. That's an offensive word to them now. You're supposed to say little people. So that's why the M word, we don't say midget. By the way, I love your dog. Your dog looks a lot like my dog there. So is your dog a full pit? Because mine has some lab in him, but he looks almost identical to that. Same coloring, same exact coloring around the nose and the mouth too. Well, beautiful dog, Lolo or la la la. Don't ever mention Nick Walker with the word natural. Well, he was natural before he started using gear, and I don't know if you consider TRT natural or not, but eventually one day he won't be on gear cycles anymore. I don't know when, but there will come a day when he's going to go off gear cycles. Hopefully, I want him to live a long and healthy life. I don't want him to die early. He's a good kid. So someday he'll be on TRT, but if you don't consider it natural, you will concede that he was natural before he started using gear. Now the mutant is on the same level as Big Lenny. They're both insulin resistant freak, unfortunately, Wazaki Khan. That's another possibility that we're hearing. Another theory we're hearing is that Nick abused so much growth hormone for so long that he has become insulin resistant, and losing fat is going to be very, very difficult from this point on for him. I don't know. But at the same time, if that is true, if that turns out, if we eventually do find out someday he comes out and says, yes, that's what happened to me, I hope that's a cautionary tale, because now we got guys like Chase Irons, social media bodybuilder stars with millions of people listening to their words, hanging on every word, saying, forget about the 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 IUs of GH. You see your best results once you get up into the 20 IU daily range. Magic happens, your muscles blow up. Maybe that's true. Maybe you guys would all see fantastic results or much better results with muscle growth on a higher dose of growth hormone, assuming you could afford it. Even Dr. T, who I do that weekly show with, he said you don't see muscle growth with those lower doses, in the 2 to 5 IU range of GH that most people are on. The longevity guys, that's a healthy dose for it's good for your keeping your body fat low, your hair, your skin, your nails, all that good stuff, sleep, recovery, but you won't see muscle growth from that. But when you get up into that range of growth hormone dose where you're seeing it give you a lot more hypertrophy, muscle gains, you're also at a higher risk of the carpal tunnel syndrome, acromegaly, I don't know how you say it. I've only seen it in print, where your nose, your brow ridge here, your jaw, they all grow, your hands, your feet, your elbows, your knees. Yeah. Blue. Okay. That's just some emojis. Okay. Probably had 1 or 2 titles in him if you worked 110%. I think we're talking about Roden, and I believe he did have more titles in him. In America, it looks like you're guilty until proved otherwise. Yeah, that's the basis of our legal system, which is a good thing. I mean, anybody can accuse. I could say, hey, you raped me. It's my word against yours. And in some countries, I think that's enough. They'll throw you in jail based on someone accusing you, which is awful, because anybody can accuse you of any crime. But unless there's evidence, unless you have witnesses, forensic evidence, something that proves this happened, and that's what prosecutors in the U.S., they collect evidence, they collect proof of guilt, and they take that to trial. And that's how they win their cases, if someone is in fact guilty. If they don't have enough evidence, and especially if it's a jury trial, the people are found not guilty because there wasn't enough evidence to convict. So theoretically, you could murder someone, but if you're smart enough, and many people have done this over the years, I'm sure, to do so without any evidence, they can't really link you. They can't tie you to that crime. Then you can't be found guilty, and you won't go to jail. Hope Brandon is still in. Will this open lineup for the most Olympia champs? It's a good question. Maybe I should go to the qualified list. MrOlympia.com. I'll go to that in a second. Mr. Olympia weekend, qualified, Mr. Olympia. Okay, I'll go to that screen in a minute. Wait, what happened? I was going to qualified. What happened? Okay, here we go. Back to StreamYard. Where's StreamYard? StreamYard's over there. 1984 got 4 Mr. Olympia. Iran Meyer says this video is the same one. The rumors came from Andrew admitted to trapped air on the arm workout video. By trapped air, he meant gas. Yeah. All right, so let me stop that screen and go to the Mr. Olympia lineup. We'll see how many Mr. Olympias we have. We'll see how many dropouts we have. Well, that's the Olympia qualification system. I didn't want that one. Are we seeing this one? I want to make sure I have the right screen up. No, that's not the one. Present. Share screen. Share screen. All right, Olympia qualified. Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia, that's 1. Hottie, 2. How many other Olympias we got? Brandon's 3. No, we only have 3, so this isn't that many, but how many dropouts did we have? Nick Walker dropped out. Tonio Burton dropped out. Beirut, I got to check and see if he's in or he's out. Nathan is not in. John is in. Foda's in. De La Rosa's in. Andrew, Hunter, Bruno. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Now you got me wondering about Beirut. I would be delighted to hear that Beirut is back. But like I said, sometimes you guys say things and it's not true. You're just spreading rumors. It happens. I get it. You're just going off what you're hearing. But let's take a look at it, because you can be very sure that Beirut got his visa, was in the Olympia, he would be posting about it. Here's his Instagram. Yesterday, he's training. Good morning, my good friends. The stories, because sometimes all the current stuff is in stories. The pinned stuff. That was a petition he had to get into Olympia. It's only up from here. I don't think he's in, guys. I don't think he's coming. No visa. I think this was 2 days ago. I'm pretty sure he would have taken this down if he got no visa. We're talking about Beirut Tabani here, who's qualified. I think didn't he have 2 wins this season? But yeah, he's in it. He's not in it. I'm going to go back to another Andrew workout while we're talking. Why not? Trying to find one where he's wearing some clothes, or showing some skin, I should say. Shoulder workout. I'll be there in a second, guys. I'm trying to find you the best footage. I know. Why didn't you just get all this ahead of time? Because, well, it's live TV, folks. I'm trying to skip ahead in the video to where the thumbnail showed him with the sleeveless shirt for the video, and he's covered up in the entire video. So, false advertising, Andrew. False advertising. False advertising. I'm going to get rid of that. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, guys. Go back to YouTube. Yeah, he's not showing anything in this shoulder workout that was 2 weeks out. He's fully covered up the whole time. So nothing to see here, folks, on this particular video. He doesn't show a lot. He doesn't. And again, so I'm looking at the thumbnails. And I'm seeing, oh, here's one. This is 2 months ago. Let's go to videos. Latest. Arms workout, arrived Las Vegas, chest workout, leg workout. We just saw that arm workout. I'm going to go from one from like a month ago, because at least here he's not all covered up. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to leave that up and we'll talk. All right. Let's leave that up. Reverend Terminator. I wish Real Farmer made the supplements again. Yeah. And that serious buy was get it from the Dr. Leland check regulars. I did no crime. I agree. I have no issues with steroids being legalized for recreational purposes by adults. They would have to I guess you'd have to be responsible for monitoring your own health. At least then we would have pure farmer grade gear. We wouldn't have to worry about things being not what they said it was on the label, or underdosed or contaminated. Everything would be legit, on the up and up, as we say, fully dosed, pure, that would be awesome. Maybe that'll happen in my lifetime. I don't know. I mean, I never thought cannabis would become legal anywhere in the United States. And right now it's legal for recreational use, I think, in 30 out of the 50 states, something in that range. So who knows? It could happen. Samson, I always thought ProBios had a guaranteed source, like direct from pharma. No. Pharma, because think about what pharmaceutical companies don't make all these things. They make, obviously, they make testosterone, they make Deca, Nandrolone. No pharmaceutical companies make Tren. I don't think any of them make Masteron. I don't think. They do make Proviron. Equipoise is not made by any pharmaceutical company. There's a lot of steroid. Winstrol is not made by pharmaceutical companies. Anavar is. Dianabol hasn't been made by a pharma company for decades. Yeah, no time for shady sources. Oh, I agree. I mean, this is part of what they do for a living. You know, it's part and parcel of being a pro bodybuilder is using PEDs for better or worse. So, yeah, you would hope that they would have great stuff. Mark, I would have a hard time letting you talk to you about it, and then it will get real gear. I know it seems ridiculous. And I'm not saying at all that that's the case. It's just a theory that's going around. It would explain a lot. I don't know if it's true or not. And it is hard to believe. It's very hard to believe that someone who is so popular with millions of fans, he knows so many top bodybuilders, he's got connections. So it's ridiculous to think that he wouldn't have. His coach says 315. I think he'll be 305 at show. If he's going to be bigger and leaner than Texas, I could definitely see him as high as third, maybe even winning. Who knows? Let's see what happens when they walk out Friday night. Always forward. Sacrifice 315. Okay. All right, thank you. I missed that part. So 315 pounds. Let's say he drops his water and goes down to 305. With his shape and his small waist, that is going to be crazy. Too bad he won't be out this way. I was at Walmart yesterday and a rude boy. Oh, that's Ricardo Correa. Ricardo, yeah, good dude. I like Ricardo. Street Spirit Andrews 315 a week. I think that means he'll step on stage on 3. I have to finish style, then he'll be deadly. I gotta skip this video. Skip the commercials. Yeah, I mean, if he's over 300, if he's 300 pounds on stage with that shape, whew. Samson and Mark Fuad did a show some time ago. This is PED source. How pros have to get their gear from unreliable sources. No, they don't get it from Pharma Direct. Pharmaceutical companies, they have to abide by the rules. They don't ship out or sell to individuals, only to pharmaceutical chains, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, things like that. They don't. You can't order steroids from a legit pharmaceutical company, not at all. I want to say happy birthday to Jen Gerisi, who helps me out a lot with this channel. She was a COO of Muscular Development, Advanced Research Media. Last few years I was there. Too bad you said that already. Who are you rooting for? I root for everybody. I mean, Gladiator. I have, I don't have any, I wouldn't call any of them like good friends, like we don't hang out or anything. But there's some of them that I message from now and then. And I know how hard these guys all work. I competed for 24 years. I never competed at this level, obviously, but I know what it's like to prep for shows. And I can only imagine how much pressure is on these guys, how much is at stake. So I'm rooting for all of them. They're trying to win the biggest title in our sport, the Mr. Olympia, which is, this is tough. There can only be one Olympia champion every year. It's the 60th Mr. Olympia, and we've had, I think, 16 or 17 champs. I lost track. But we've had less than 20 champs in 60 years. I'm rooting for all of them. I don't remember Cito saying how much Andrew weighs. Only he's over 300. I think he means Chris Lewis, his trainer, not his coach, Cito. But I heard secondhand that Cito said he was over 300. And he was the biggest dude on stage, better line conditioning. Game over. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Chris Lewis said it in the video. He's currently 315. There you go. Be ready to be shocked. Andrew Rahadi will take it. I would not. This is bugging me. This little piece on something in my glasses. Whew, damn it. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Hadi gets his title back. I wouldn't be shocked if Derek keeps his title. And I would not be shocked if Andrew gets his title. The only reason I'd be shocked if Samson wins is because the standard for conditioning being what it is, he's going to need to be significantly sharper than he was 2 weeks ago, or less than a week and a half ago, when he won the show in France. And is he going to be? Let's see. If he is, who knows? I'll be getting out of here, guys, so soon. That's not Pharma Simpson. Still, I'm very doubtful. We don't know how conditioned Andrew will be, though. I don't think Chris Aceto misses too much, meaning he's very consistent. He's got a great track record. Milos said Samson was 305 at France Pro Show. Mauro Sassi told this to Milos. Samson weighed himself backstage. Mauro Sassi saw himself. Maybe Samson weighs around 290. Yeah, the weight doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't. It doesn't. Behruz is out. Yeah. He didn't get the visa. Yeah, he said that. I don't know why people spread these. I don't know if you're just being malicious and you want to just start crap, start fake rumors, or I don't know. Abrima. It's all over several videos and posts now from both his nutritionist / coach Chris Aceto and his daily trainer Chris Lewis Psycho Fitness. He's in. He's fine. He's in the show. I heard all weekend the same thing as you did. He's tore his ab. He's got this injury, that injury. He's fine. Yeah, Milos would have announced this like crazy if Behruz got the visa. I think Behruz would be too. Milos put out a statement of no visa. Yeah. I think Nick Walker has kidney or heart failure. All he did was blast his body. It's natural failure to happen when to pull out. It must be an ultra serious medical condition. I don't think it's heart failure. The only reason I say that is because he is young. He hasn't been as big as he is now for that long. It's only been a few years. It typically takes longer than that to accumulate significant heart damage and to go into heart failure. Is it possible? I guess anything's possible. We don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter what I think. Nick's the one that has to be in control of his health and get himself checked out. If he felt like putting that info out there, he would do it. 84 only had 3 previous Olympia winners. Stop the rumors, dude. Nick will eventually admit to the issue if it's serious. Yeah. If it is a serious health issue, and especially if it's one that is going to end his career, I'm sure he'll be A, devastated, but B, he would let his fans know. He wouldn't keep them hanging and keeping them with false hope. He wouldn't. Farmer grade, legit and safe. Let's hope it will happen. Yeah. Fingers crossed, dude. Hey, Ohala Jim. Smarty doesn't show a lot. Let Derek Hudson keep posting shirtless recent updates. Keep the competitors guessing. Backstage. Yeah, I mean, all that matters is how you look when you walk out there anyway. So you can look phenomenal in your update pictures. And if it's anything less than that on stage, people get really upset. People get disappointed, angry sometimes. Do I have a home gym? I do. It's nothing special. I have an adjustable bench. It doesn't even have a rack. I do have an Olympic bar. My wife bought most of this equipment because she does a lot of home training. Even COVID and even after COVID, she was training at home for a while. So we have dumbbells up to only 35. She's got a few kettlebells like up to 50. We have plates. Oh, was the video over? Oh, boy. Gotta go back to that. Go to put up another Andrew Jack video for a minute. I wonder, what's the most popular Andrew Jack video? It was one he did with Carlos Thomas Jr. Put up one from years ago because I guess you're going to get mad because it's not current, but this will show you how much he's changed, how much he's improved in 3 years. This was 2021 when he was just this YouTube star in Dubai. That's not him. That's his buddy. I think this is in Dubai. Yeah, this is an old video, guys. Don't get mad. We showed plenty of current Andrew. Yeah, I have a home gym. It's nothing. And we have a bike. I have a stationary bike. So it's enough for the basics. Andrew would peel, dude. Rarely to hear Aceto say a client will win. He said Andrew's winning. Let that sink in. Yeah. Chris Aceto is one of the greatest coaches. He was one of the first big name coaches in the industry. He's got a track record that goes back over 30 years. Yeah, he doesn't miss very often. Bodybuilding years like dog years. How old is Nick Walker? Is he 31 now or 32? Make sure just compete. I mean, Brandon was in hospital day for yeah, but Brandon was still looking good, decent. He felt like crap, but he was still looking good. Nick, I don't think was looking good at all. I think he was looking so bad. He would have felt humiliated to get up there looking the way he was looking. His fans would have been devastated and disappointed, and he would have been a laughing stock. That's my honest feeling is what would have happened had he got up on stage. Here, bro, if you make millions YouTube, I actually like, thanks, Reverend, but I like millions off YouTube. I'd be happy at this point making thousands off YouTube, to be honest with you. I like going to the gym. I like the atmosphere. I like all that equipment. I go to this place, Bayshore Athletic Club in Braintree, Mass. They have like 12 different types of leg presses, 4 or 5 different kinds of hacks, 2 hack squat machines, different ones, 3 hack squat machines. This is just talking about the leg equipment. 10 squat racks, 30 benches, so much different, so much back equipment, shoulder equipment, chest equipment. I love having that variety. And I need more equipment now. I need more machines. I probably use like 2/3 machines because my shoulder's all jacked up in it. The opposite of great badass is hardcore. It's good to have it there for an option, sure. Bill Tlaff, isn't it Coach Sam and Coach Dallas? Yeah, it's Matt Jansen. Brett was coach last year, same coach, yeah. He was having supposed with the explanation that Brett gave. I almost said story, but I'm not saying it wasn't true. Was he was having digestive issues, so a lot of indigestion, I guess, gas, nausea. When you're not digesting and assimilating your food properly, you can't be your best as a bodybuilder. So why that was happening, I don't know. Yeah, up on screen this is a video from 2021 in Dubai. You can see Andrew looked amazing back then, but he was an amateur. This video watching now is back when Andrew was still an amateur. He would turn pro the next year, the year after this. All right, I think that is enough, guys. I think that's enough. I'm going to get going here. So appreciate you guys hanging out here with me for over an hour. I'm glad we had some really good news today. What's that? Last comment, and then I promise. Yeah, most people would like to look like Andrew jacked. He's 6'2". He's got crazy wide shoulders, small waist. Who wouldn't want to look like that? So yeah, thanks guys. I'm glad I was able to give you guys some good news on this Olympia weekend. I will be doing updates all weekend, Friday, Saturday. I'm not going to worry about sleep or training or getting my 6 meals a day for just 2 days. I'm going to put all that aside and be a good YouTube journalist here, cover the sport like I really should. It's our biggest show. It's our Super Bowl. I'm very excited about it, even though we've had some dropouts. I wish Beirut was in it. I wish Nick Walker was in it. I wish Nathan Dasha was in it. I wish all the best guys, and especially those who qualified, Tonio, I wish they were all doing the show. But it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I do appreciate all the new subs. Thank you guys. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out. Like the video, share them on your platforms, ring that bell. All these things help the channel grow as I try to be the best YouTube bodybuilding reporter / journalist, whatever you want to call me, I can be. Appreciate you guys so much. Have an awesome day and get excited for Olympia week. This is our time, guys. Peace out.